So are you also still adding the lead details into your Salesforce account manually? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to add IndiaMart leads and inquiries to Salesforce for newspaper advertising agencies. So over here I'm running a newspaper advertising agency and we use IndiaMart to get more leads for our business. And now what I want is that as soon as we receive a new lead through IndiaMart, automatically that lead details should be added into my Salesforce account automatically without any manual efforts. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between IndiaMart and Salesforce. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen.
Welcome to my screen everyone. So in this video, I'll guide you on how to automatically add IndiaMart leads or inquiries to Salesforce for your newspaper advertising agency. With this automation in place, every new lead generated on IndiaMart will be instantly captured in Salesforce as a new lead. Okay, this ensures seamless lead management, reduce manual effort, and help you to focus on converting leads into clients effectively. So let's get started with a really simple example. So let's say that my name is test user, and as you can see that I'm going to generate this dummy inquiry. So as you can see that I have entered my requirement details, and now I'm just going to submit this right from here. And yes, you can see that we have successfully submitted this. And now I'm just going to open my Salesforce account, and as you can see recent items, you can see a new lead has been created right over here with the name test user. So I'm just going to open it right from here, and yes, you can see the details. All right, over here you can see the name, the company. Over here you can see the title, lead status, lead source, phone, email, and rating has been added right over here into my Salesforce account automatically without any manual efforts, right? So yes, this is the automation we are going to create in today's video. And if you also want to create this automation and improve your lead management process, then you have to watch this tutorial till the end. So to do this, I've simply used Pabbly Connect. All right, so Pabbly Connect is an automation tool that seamlessly connects different apps and automates workflow to save time and enhance the business efficiency. All right, so to do this, I've simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy, and as soon as we are going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the other one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on the sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore this application. But over here, I'm an existing user, so I'm just going to click on sign in. And as soon as we are going to click on sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here, you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm just going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And as soon as we are going to click on access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we are going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So wherever I want to save the workflow in this folder which is automations, and I want to name my workflow as how to add IndiaMart leads and inquiries to Salesforce for newspaper advertising agencies. And then we are going to click on create. And as soon as we are going to click on create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. So trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow will run. All right, trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this, you can understand that the trigger is the one who's giving the commands to this workflow, and the actions are the ones who are responding towards the same commands given by our trigger. So therefore, we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger right over here in a particular workflow. All right. So today what I want is I want to add IndiaMart leads and inquiries to Salesforce, right? So for my trigger application, I'm going to select it as IndiaMart. So I'm just going to search for IndiaMart right over here. And as soon as we're going to search for it, and as you can see the same, so we're going to select it. And now it is asking me for the trigger event. So basically trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So here what I want is that as soon as a new lead is captured, my workflow should be triggered or started. So we are going to select the same as our trigger event. And as soon as we are going to select the trigger event, it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our IndiaMart account and our Pabbly Connects workflow. So what we're going to do is first we're just going to copy this webhook URL and then we are going to follow this help text. All right. So it is saying log into your IndiaMart account, navigate to the lead manager section in the left tab. Go to import export leads from 3 dots and then click on IM leads push API. Alright, so we're going to follow the same. So I'm just going to open my IndiaMart account and now from the left side of the bar we have to go towards the lead manager. And after coming on towards the lead manager, right over here you can see 3 dots which says menu. So we have to go towards this and then import export leads and then push API. And as soon as we're going to come over here towards the push API, it is asking me to select the source and the CRM platform name. So for the source, as you can see that in the help text it stated that choose other in the select source option and enter Pabbly Connect in the CRM platform name. Alright, so we're going to follow the same. So for the source I'm just going to select it as other right over here, and now for the CRM platform name we are going to keep it as Pabbly Connect. And now it's asking me for the webhook listener URL. So for the webhook listener URL we are just going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow. And now what we have to do is I'm just going to click on this save details, and as soon as we are going to click on this save details, right over here it is asking me for the reason. Why do I wish to shift my IndiaMart leads to any another application? So over here I'm going to select my reason as this, which is I feel that I can permanently save the leads from IndiaMart and view later. You can select any another reason of your choice. Alright, and then we have to click on this button which says click to generate OTP. And as soon as we're going to click on this button, it is saying that it has successfully sent me a OTP. So I'm just going to enter the OTP right over here. So yes, you can see that we have successfully entered this OTP, and now I'm just going to click on submit. And as soon as we are going to click on submit, yes, you can see that with this we have successfully connected our IndiaMart account with our Pabbly Connects workflow. You can notice integration live right over here. Alright, so yes, now it is saying waiting for a webhook response, but in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. Alright, so what we want is I'm just going to open my CRM push API, and from here we are going to go towards this button which says test your webhook listener URL, and once again we have to click on this test button. And as soon as we're going to do so, yes, you can see that we have received this curl request header, and upon receiving this, with this we have successfully completed our test submission. So now I'm just going to open my workflow, and yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the webhook response. You can see all the details Pabbly has captured. You can see the unique query ID, you can see the state, the pin code, the phone number, the name and the mobile number. And you can also see the subject, which is requirement for empty mineral water bottle. But you may notice that this subject doesn't align with our services, right? So what happens is that I'm using a test IndiaMart account. So I receive the default details of my lead right over here. But if you're using a live IndiaMart account, you're going to receive the details related to your services only. Alright, so yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step, and as soon as we're going to receive this response, our connection is also successful with IndiaMart. And now what will happen is that as soon as a new lead is received from my IndiaMart account, automatically Pabbly is going to trigger this workflow and capture the response. Alright, so further what I want is I want to add IndiaMart leads and inquiries to Salesforce, right? So for my action application, I'm just going to select it as Salesforce. So I'm just going to search for Salesforce, and as you can see the same, so we are going to select it. And now it is asking me for the action event. So for the action event, I'm just going to select it as create lead and click on connect. And as soon as we are going to click on connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Salesforce account with your Pabbly Connects workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection and then we have to click on this blue button which says connect with Salesforce. And as soon as we are going to click on this connect with Salesforce, you can notice that Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to click on allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow. Pabbly is safe. And as soon as we are going to click on allow, yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our Salesforce account with our Pabbly Connects workflow. And now it is asking me to enter the last name over here. So as you can notice that we have received the details of our lead right over here in my response. All right, so as you can see that we have also received this sender's name. So what I want is I want to enter this same sender's name right over here in my Salesforce step 2, but we are not going to copy paste the detail or enter it manually, but instead we are going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected IndiaMart as our trigger application. So we're going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only, and as soon as we are going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So over here I'm going to give you an example that it is asking me for the last name, right? So let's say that we're going to enter the name of our lead right over here manually by typing it like this. Then this will not change with every new response received because this is static information and I have entered it manually. But let's say that we're going to map the lead's name from the previous response. So I'm just going to look for the lead name, and as you can see, Prabhat. So let's say that we're going to map this Prabhat from the previous response, then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change, right? So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. So yes, now after mapping the last name of my lead, we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the first name. So I haven't received the full name of my lead in the response, so I'm just going to leave it as blank. If you have received the full name, you can definitely map the first name too, but you can notice that this is not the required details, so we can leave it as blank. All right, so as you can see that now it is asking for many details, but we are only going to enter the details which are required. All right, so as you can see that this company name is required, so we're going to map it. So I'm just going to look for company name in the previous response, and as you can see, ABC Private Limited. So we're going to map it. We're going to move on forward. We are going to map the phone number. So as you can see that this is the phone number, so we're going to map it. All right, we're going to move on forward. You can see that it is asking me for many other details. So once again, we're only going to map the details which are required. So now it is asking me for the lead source. So here for the lead source, I'm just going to keep it as other. For the status, I'm just going to select it as open, not contacted. And then for the rating, I'm going to keep it as warm. And once again, we are going to move on forward. As you can see, not the required details. So I'm just going to click on this save and send test request. And as soon as we are going to click on the save and send test request button right from here, yes, you can see that we have received a positive response that we have successfully created a new lead in our Salesforce account with these same lead details received from my IndiaMart account. So I'm just going to open my Salesforce account and we're going to refresh this leads page in order to check for the new lead. And yes, you can see a new lead named Prabhat. So I'm just going to open it right from here. And yes, you can see all the details which we entered. You can see the name which we entered. All right, you can see the company which we entered. You can see the lead status, lead source. Over here you can see the rating and the phone number which we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow. And now what will happen is that as soon as a new lead is received through my IndiaMart account, automatically Pabbly is going to trigger the workflow and capture the response for the same and further create a new lead in my Salesforce account too without any manual efforts. This workflow is going to run in backend and we can just sit back and relax. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.